Those are visuals coming in from the Kozhikode Airport. Those are visuals of the CCTV just before the shootout happened at the Kozhikode Airport. Those are visuals preceding the last 2 minutes of before the shootout. In fact, that is the latest that we are getting from Kozhikode. Those visuals coming to us exclusively at this point in time. Kashif Khusro. Pradeep Pillai joining me on the phone line. Pradeep Pillai, can you give us details of what really transpired and what do these CCTV footage really show?
Well, this goes in line with what we have been reporting right through starting Wednesday night, that after the initial scuffle between the fire and security personnel and the CISF men on duty there was a free-for-all and a clash. And this Jawan, SS Yadav, who was standing by over there, rushed to the middle of this entire tussle and tried to stop these guys, tried to break them up and prevent the gun from going off, because one of the CISF Jawans had actually pulled out his personal pistol and tried to use it apparently in self-defense. But this poor Jawan, who actually tried to intervene and stop the crowd and stop the scene from getting worse, was now shot in his chin. We also have medical reports which says that the bullet went up through his chin. So he had tried to get into the middle of this clashing men, the CISF personnel as well as the Airport Authority of India personnel, which are primarily the fire and rescue officers. When the video very clearly shows that he was actually sitting on the chair, which we can see on the foreground of the video there. And then he stood up, and when he saw that things are getting out of hand and the tussle and the war of words, the verbal duel is getting actually worse, and now arms are being pulled out, he rushed right into the middle of the group, only to be felled by the bullet which came from the pistol of the CISF Jawan. Now, meanwhile, forensic and chemical examination has also now established that the fatal bullet had indeed gone off from the pistol of his colleague Sitaram Chowdhury, who actually is injured and is in hospital. And this led to the death of the CISF personnel, after which they really went on a rampage, chasing the fire and rescue personnel on into the interior of the airport premises and further onto the tarmac, when they used an ambulance to run away from the rampaging CISF personnel, and they then chased them in the CISF bus right onto the tarmac, and then also went on to get into the air traffic control building, breaking up furniture and equipment, and really threatening the other staffers. They were armed with sticks and guns, is the version of the air traffic control copy of the report, which we had accessed earlier and broken to our viewers earlier during the day, and that the officers had to hide either behind doors or on the terraces to save their lives. So now the CCTV footages which are emerging, we were coming out on a regular basis with clippings which showed the initial situation when the actual tussle, the clash or the flashpoint, when yesterday we had put out visuals which showed that the fire and rescue personnel had tried to round up one of the CISF officers who was apparently trying to frisk and check the passes of one of the fire service officers. And then we have a huge group of fire service personnel trying to beat them up. Now, this is the next stage of that incident. This video that we are showing on our screens now very clearly shows the CISF Jawan, SS Yadav, who rushed right into the middle of this entire tussle and clash and tried to break them up, tried to knock some sense into their heads, and in the process eventually meeting his tragic end right there. We can see him falling down once the bullet hits him.